What do we want?
Clean water!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Clean water!
When do we want it?
And letting all these people's voices be heard that we're not going to take it anymore.
I moved down here for a job and for a better life, and it seems like it's affecting my better life.
Lake suffers just as much as both East and West Coast.
Enough is enough. We're not going to sit on the sidelines anymore. We're not going to be ignored. We need to do something about this.
Obviously, stay away from the water as best as possible and get the message out loud and clear.
Today we're demonstrating. We're actually giving the community a chance to come out and voice their frustration about the conditions of our water and our water quality and the reasons why and the people that are responsible.
The South Florida Clean Water Movement is just one organization rallying together, reflecting voices from all over South Florida, holding protests every couple of weeks.
This is my third rally and I'm proud to be here.
A rallying cry for change.
I've been on Fort Myers Beach for 34 years now, so become a clean water activist by default because I have witnessed it throughout my whole life. I'm just absolutely exhausted with being lied to. So what we're seeing here is an ecological disaster, to be quite honest with you. This is nothing short of it. This is our BP oil spill, and for people not to be outraged, they must not be paying attention.
A group of concerned citizens wanting to end the toxic Lake Okeechobee discharges it says destroy the Caloosahatchee River, estuary, and local Gulf waters.
So what are we doing different this year is we're actually independently testing the water ourselves against the DEP.
Blue-green algae bloom.
John Cassani from Calusa Waterkeepers has been taking samples to test the blue-green algae found in the river.
And regulatory compliance is a big reason why we test the water. Unfortunately, in Florida and other states, many of the compliance and regulatory programs are underfunded.
When did it become our jobs as clean water activists to get out here and test this water and to be also informing the public about the truth?
Heim is taking it a step further, collecting water bottles full of the toxic algae and taking them to Washington, D.C. to show legislators the avocado-colored water quality firsthand.
I think this is bad. With more releases, it can only get worse, if that's possible.
John joined Sanibel Mayor Kevin Ruane in D.C. for a South Florida Ecosystem Task Force meeting. After the meeting, the Army Corps of Engineers announced it's reducing water releases to the east and west.
So you have a seat at the table, you get to interact with them, you get to have discussions, and certainly have your opinion heard.
In June, he and the Sanibel City Council wrote a call to action letter to the Army Corps of Engineers asking to slow down releases from Lake O. Mayor Ruane says the impacts of Lake O releases flow beyond Lee County.
There's basically 19 counties that are indirectly and directly affected by Lake O releases. It actually has a tourist and real estate values exceeding $2 trillion.
Governor Rick Scott took a tour on the Caloosahatchee River July 9th with representatives from the Department of Environmental Protection and Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond to see the blue-green algae on the water.
I know it's frustrating for people, first off. I can tell you that I'm going to keep fighting for Florida families.
I know people want action now, and I want action now too. This is my home, it's where I'm raising my kids. I don't want them to have to deal with this throughout their lives as they grow up.
After the tour, the governor issued a state of emergency, ending September 8th. This will waive restrictions so water can be stored south of the lake, increase water testing, and inform people of these algal blooms. But is it too late? Governor Scott also called a state of emergency in 2016 under the Obama administration.
We've had a lot of rain, but we have to continue to look at how we're spending our dollars to make sure we're spending them in a manner that has the biggest impact, and everybody's got to be a partner.
You know, it's tempting to just try and find one bad guy and blame that one person, but the truth is, we have 20 million people now.
It's all of us. It's every single one of us.
All of us are part of the problem.
No one can point a finger and not have that finger also, that thumb pointing back at them.
Understand what part you played in that.
And we all play a part in being the solution too. I think sometimes people oversimplify and they try and point the finger at just one source. Everybody's a part of the problem, but there is no silver bullet and there is no single source that, if it was eliminated, could solve this problem.
What do we want?
If you don't think you can change what's going on in Florida, you can.